if you're not careful, everything gets in the way of your time with the big guy upstairs. I work from home now. I like to get up early. I try to get up before 6 o'clock and spend an hour doing personal development. That is praying. I'm doing a Bible study with my Fit Camp. This is probably our sixth or seventh one. I read some sort of personal development focused on my business. I read my Bible. Then I journal my thoughts. And I've been doing this for probably 2 years now. Even when I worked in corporate marketing, I was the marketing director for a construction corporation, and I managed 5 of the businesses' marketing. So it was a big task. No one had ever done that before. And I had been a coach. I started that job in August of 2016, and I started coaching in March of 2017. So I was committed to my program. Not long after that, the following year, an 80-day workout program launched. The workouts were close to an hour. And I left for work before 7. I had a 35-minute commute. I liked to get in there at 7:35, mostly because I didn't love my job and I wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. But I was committed to doing this 80-day program 100%. That meant getting up at 4 a.m., eating something, even though I don't like to get up and eat right away. I had to have carbs and protein in my body if I was going to work out for an hour, and it was heavy lifting. So I had to organize my time. I read Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and it teaches you how to become a morning person. When I was a kid, we slept in. Weekends, like my mom, a lot of times my brother and I were up before she was. She still likes to sleep in. She spends the night here on Saturday nights a lot of times. We bought a boat together. And Sunday mornings, like I'm up at 6:30. I'm ready to get my workout in. I'm ready to read. I'm ready to do my thing, get my day going. And she's like going in my room to sleep while I'm doing all my stuff. And so I didn't grow up being a morning person. I had to become that person. In order to get up at 4 a.m., I had to make sure I was getting enough rest because, you know, your body heals from your workouts, from the things that you're dealing with when you sleep. So I had to become a morning person. And getting up at 4 a.m., like that ain't no joke. I have girls in my Fit Camp that get up now and I don't miss it. Like I'm up at 5:45 most mornings. But 4 a.m., like that was early. But I set my intention the night before and I would tell myself, even if it was, 11 o'clock before I finally fell asleep, because those wheels in your brain are constantly turning. I knew that it was vital for me to get up and do my Miracle Morning. And I started doing it. He teaches you how to do it in about 5 minutes. And so I would set the timer on my Fitbit for 3 minutes and I would pray. I would set my timer for 5 minutes and I would read. And just for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be this big, long, extensive thing. I would set my timer for 3 minutes and I would journal about the things that I read, the things that I learned, the things I'm grateful for, the things that I'm grateful for that have happened to me, and the things I'm grateful for that I want to happen to me. And it became part of my daily life. And I do it 7 days a week. There have been times on the weekends if I'm out of town or even here where I maybe don't read, but I still always get up and pray and think about the things that I'm grateful for. But most days I am reading personal development, I'm reading my Bible, I'm doing my Bible study. So I think that if you have a goal to become a morning person, reading the 5-second rule was a huge helper for me. And then the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, like I actually have 5 little dots tattooed on my wrist right here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that helps me with getting motivated to get up early, to not eat crappy food, a variety of things. So that's why I read personal development. That's why I am such an advocate for pouring into yourself with things. And this morning I'm sitting here, I'm reading Ezra. My goal is to read the Bible by the end of the year. I started in the New Testament, and so I'm in I just finished chapter 8 of Ezra. And He says, don't wait to be recruited, but look for opportunities to volunteer. Don't hinder God's work by holding back. Each one of us should use whatever gift he has received to serve others, faithfully administering God's grace in its various forms. And my business has become my ministry, my mission, to help women learn to forgive themselves, learn a little bit of grace for themselves. We give everyone else grace and forgiveness all day long, but it's looking inward and figuring out how to heal, forgive ourselves, and be kind to ourselves. And so that's why I read personal development every day, because I struggle with these things just as much as my ladies do. But this allows me to work through those things and show them that we can work through this together. So right now we're doing our Bible study is The Confident Woman by Joyce Meyer, and I've been reading a lot of her books lately. And I really recommend that you find something that speaks to you. For me, I need that spiritual backup. It doesn't have to be that. I've read other books. Brene Brown, Daring Greatly it was a huge game changer for me. I have a library of personal development books. If you need a recommendation, please let me know. But I highly recommend that you find a routine that works for you. Don't just get up and hustle your ass off to get out the door. Take some time, sit, pray, think about what you're grateful for, sit in silence, meditate, whatever that looks like for you. If you're not a spiritual person, meditate, sit there and try to clear your thoughts and focus on that one thing. And when something comes to you, you don't push it away. You deal with it. You recognize it, you work through it, and then you go back to that focal point of whatever you're meditating on. It doesn't have to be some big grandiose thing, and it doesn't have to take an hour. I do that now because I work from home. I have the time to do it. But you can do a 5-minute miracle morning. You can do, I used to do an 18-minute miracle morning. It started out as 13, and then I realized how important it was for me to make time for this. And, exercise is one of those things. Make time for it. We're never going to find the time to do the things. We have to make the time. We have to set a reminder in our phone or on our calendar and make time to do the things that fill us up, because life can suck us dry, right? Like, life can truly steal our joy. People can steal our joy. One phone call or a mean post on social media or someone that you work with who is negative Nancy, that person can suck your joy. So you have to pour into yourself with positivity and happiness and remember what you're grateful for. And it's going to make a huge difference in your day. I absolutely promise you. It has completely changed who I am as a person. And so I highly recommend you finding that morning routine that works for you. And it's better to start your day that way. Do it in the morning. Set that intention before you go to sleep at night. And tell yourself, even if it was a terrible day, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to be grateful for another day. I'm going to rock my miracle morning. I'm going to rock my workout, and just set that intention, because when you go to bed with that positivity, you're going to wake up in the morning when your alarm goes off at whatever time that may be, and it's going to make a huge impact on your day. So again, if you need recommendations on a book, let me know.